Morning, everyone. This is Brian Neal with Tradetobefree.com, and I'm going to look at some of the trading setups I'm looking at for today. And the first on the list, of course, is applied optoelectronics. Still going strong here. You can see how it broke out strongly to new highs last week. And Friday had a follow-on move, which was very strong, too. I had a little day trade above the highs on Thursday on top of the swing trade and the 3 Stocks to Wealth newsletter, where I've got a large position in it, too. But I took a little day trade too for fun on Friday, and it went up 1-2% or so. And I thought it would cap out there and kind of go sideways for a while, then maybe go higher again on Monday. But it really took off on Friday too. So a little early. Today it looks like it's gapping a little bit higher. So actually got a little coupled handle pattern pre-market, including the peak on Friday into the pre-market this morning. So it may break above 86 and make another move higher up to $90 today. Who knows? But it's going very strong. One thing I like about this stock right now too, and I'm going to show you this on another stock if I get a chance to, either this morning or later on today. But one thing I like about this is that it's finding support at the top Bollinger Band, okay? And there's a lot of information online about Bollinger Bands, but one of the key things that I've noticed over the years is that if you start finding support at the top of the Bollinger Band on a strong breakout or just a strong move on a stock, that's usually a good sign, and it's usually going to move quite a bit higher from that point. So, and we've actually already seen that. So we'll see how far that goes today. Okay, the most exciting trading setup that we're seeing today is this Omeros, I think you pronounce it. It's a pharmaceutical stock and drug stock, and you can see there's a couple patterns here that are going on. First of all, we have this flat base, okay, and we have this real strong breakout on massive volume out of that flat base, and a lot of the analysts have some good things to say about the stock and its potential growth with their drug candidate that they're working on. But there's some good news about that drug candidate, and the stock took off. It pulled back. It found support above the prior high, the prior consolidation area in this flat base. Okay, now it's got a little rounding pattern here, a little bit of a rounding pattern here, but this overall pattern is a bullish inverted J pattern. It's very tall and narrow, which is good. And usually I want to see a pullback on a daily chart where we have at least a couple candles making lower lows over here and then break above the prior high on the right side of the base. So we broke the prior high a little early, so it's maybe a little too soon on this. But if it breaks above 2158 with that volume coming in on Friday, if it breaks above 2158, it's got the center of the Bollinger Band as resistance. But then after that, it's got a nice window up to the highs here. So this can make a nice move this week. And with a recent catalyst, that might go. I'm also looking at a couple other plays right now too. One of my favorites right now is Momo. We had this in the newsletter last week, and this is a nice little rounding bottom on a stock with very strong growth in sales and earnings, and it's got this rounding bottom after a really strong uptrend. Okay, so it's a little more choppy of a rounding bottom, but from here around, you can see it, and I usually like to get in on a higher low followed by a higher high on the right side of the base, and we've already seen that. But now it's finding support here at the 9 EMA, and it had a strong candle on Friday, so it looks like it may be poised to break through 42 today and make a nice move up towards these highs. So I'm watching that. I've also got a swing trade on that that I'm holding. And I also want to show you another stock that broke out of the explosive bottoming pattern recently. And this was last week, I think it was, or maybe in the week prior. But it's made a real nice move from the entry point, 10% within 5 days. And it's actually setting up another good entry point, I think. If it gets above 2504, or let's say 2507 today, I'm not sure exactly what that recent high is, but it's got a nice little window up to the 50-day moving average, which is about 25.98. So that might be a nice little day trade where it goes up 3 to 5% today if it gets above that high. So it's another one that I'm watching. And let me get a list here of all the stocks in my watch list and see if there's anything else right now that I wanted to show you. Amcor. This looks pretty good too, although I'm not as excited about this. It's less than $20, and at that price range, it's a little less reliable, but it's got this nice rounding bottom here. And if it breaks above 1040, it may run up to 1070. You got a nice little gap there, and that might be another good day trade. And I think there's another one here that looked a little bit better than that. Yeah, here it is. Again, we're below $20 on this name, but still, this is another good setup here. If we can get above this 50-day moving average today, above 13, let's say 1395, that could break 14 and run up to 1470, the top of this Bollinger Band, the top Bollinger Band on the stock. Hit that and find resistance. So that might be a nice 5% or so day trade over the next day or two. So just a few short-term patterns we're looking at as well. It's called explosive bottoming pattern, but it may make that bigger move. But what we do is we take some off at around 4% profit, stop the rest at our entry point, okay, and then drop a stop below the prior day's low. Or if it gets off to a really strong start, we might keep it below until it closes below either the 9 or 20 EMA in a strong uptrend. But again, below $20, it's not as reliable, and we're not as excited about the trading setup in those cases. So, but just a few of the setups we're looking at, and we'll have some market analysis tonight in our weekly alert newsletter, along with our top 2 trading setups for the week. And so you can go to our site and get a free trial of that there if you want to check it out. So, all right, thanks for listening, guys, and good luck in your trading.